What is up, guys? RSC6414 here, back with another video. This time I'm reviewing Monday Night Raw. Overall, I gotta say, it's a go-home show before Battleground. There were a couple matches that were thrown together, but the very end really gave some good build for the WWE title match. I'll get to that at the end. So this show was not bad. There was not too many great matches, but, I can't complain. Just a pretty good show overall, I gotta say. So yeah, the first thing we have is CM Punk coming out in the ring, cutting a little promo kind of thing, talking about how he's going to take out the bully Ryback at Battleground and how he's going to get his hands on Heyman and beat his face in, etc., etc. This usual stuff what Punk says now since the Heyman feud. Then Brad Maddox comes out with no music, and CM Punk insults him and says, kind of makes fun of him for having no music. Maddox says he wants an outlet to his aggression. He'll give him a match, and Big E comes in. Big E says a few words, then runs at him. Punk moves out of the way. Big E hits the steel post. Excuse me. Then that sets up the match. This match was okay. You had some clotheslines by Big E, just showing the power that he had. I'm glad that they at least put Big E in a meaningful match for once. I mean, ever since he got out of that Ziggler bodyguard thing, he hasn't really been in too many big things, but maybe this is a good sign. This match was okay. Big E dominated more, I thought, than Punk did. Punk ended up winning with the flying elbow and then hitting the old GTS on Big E Langston. And yeah, so it was an okay match. Nothing else really much to say about it, but decent match. Next match we have Fandango versus Kofi Kingston. This match was alright. It seemed like, I mean, we've seen it a couple times. They've kind of exchanged wins. Back and forth action again. Fandango is going for a leg drop, and then out of nowhere, I think Kofi Kingston, countered it and hit Trouble in Paradise on Fandango. So Kofi Kingston picked up the win via Trouble in Paradise. I thought going in this match could go either way. I thought probably Kofi had a better chance to win. I know Fandango beat him on main event a couple weeks ago. But, whatever. Kind of nothing to do, guys. They just threw him in a match. But Kofi Kingston with the win here. Not much else to say about that. And okay match. Nothing great. Next thing we have is, oh yeah, I forgot to say, at the end of the match, Bray Wyatt's music comes on. So this match, the match itself was okay, but once it ended, it made it a little more meaningful. The Wyatts came out. Bray Wyatt cut a promo in a rocking chair. And he said one by one they will all fall down. And then Kofi Kingston picked up a steel chair, like, ready, if you come in here, I'm going to beat the crap out of you with this chair. And that's basically what happened there. Kofi Kingston stares at him, and then the TV went to commercial break after he cut that promo, and that was it. Like, we didn't see much else. So it's kind of a mystery what that happens. I guess it's leaving us wondering what happens. I guess Kofi Kingston's going to be Bray Wyatt's next victim, it looks like, probably. And Bray Wyatt will take out Kofi. I'd like to see Bray Wyatt take out some more people like they did Kane, like more meaningful people, not mid-carders that have not much to do right now. But, whatever. I guess it was okay and set up for something special. Maybe we'll see Battleground or Hell in a Cell match between Bray and Kofi. Give Kofi something to do, which would be good. Because I think he deserves a push. So, decent end, I guess. Just sort of left us there hanging, wondering what's going to happen next. So, pretty good. Next we have the Bellas backstage talking to Orton. Orton basically says, you need to stop, don't marry Daniel. Just insults Brie and says that she needs to marry a real champ, talking about him. Then we move on to Renee Young talking to Paul Heyman backstage. Basically Heyman, another pointless thing, Heyman just says that Punk just kind of disses Punk like he should, just set up to progress the feud, I guess. Just for nothing really meaningful, just kind of a pointless segment, if you ask me. But whatever. Then we have a little vignette. It says Los Matadores are up next. and it's the Los Matadores debut match, aka, for those of you who don't know, Epico and Primo. Epico and Primo have been my favorite tag team in WWE since they formed. I've always liked them for some reason, and now that they're Los Matadores are going to be my favorite tag team in WWE. The entrance was really cool. I liked it. Some people may thought it was weird, and they had this little bull guy, this little midget who was dressed as a bull. I wouldn't say midget, maybe a little short man. No offense to anybody out there. I'll call him a short man. And for those of you who don't know, his name is La Mascarita Dorada. He was a little lucha star in CMLL and AAA, the two big premier lucha libre wrestling companies in Mexico. He signed a deal with WWE in April, so I'm pretty sure El Torito, the guy dressed as a bull, miniature bull, or a little mini Manitor, is La Mascarita Dorada. So that'll be cool. Glad that they've got him in doing something. And then they came in going up against the 3MB. I can't remember who all they faced in the 3MB. I want to say it was Jinder Mahal versus somebody, to be honest. I can't remember. It was two members of 3MB. Pretty sure it was Mahal. I can't remember if I want to say it was McIntyre and Mahal. Basically, Los Matadores threw him around the ring most of the match with some cool moves and stuff. And at the end, they delivered them with a double tag move, kind of dropped Mahal on their back. I don't know the exact name of the move. I just know it was a double tag team move, and pinned Mahal for the 1, 2, 3. And Los Matadores win, so good into that. Hope they get a push. I could see them, maybe hope they put them in their tag title scene, and we could see them feud with their Shield in a few months. So we'll see how that goes. So I like it. So good start for Los Matadores. Next thing we have Curtis Axel versus R-Truth. This match, to be honest, I had a feeling what was going to happen. R-Truth, I think that R-Truth's on the Hell in a Cell poster, for those of you who don't know, so I could see him getting a push in the next month, month, because October 27th is Hell in a Cell. I could see R-Truth facing Curtis Axel for the Intercontinental title there. But Curtis Axel is beating up R-Truth most of the match, and then CM Punk's music hits. CM Punk doesn't come out, distracts Axel, Axel, and Axel's getting ready, like, come on out. He doesn't have his attention towards Truth. Truth hits Curtis Axel with the lie detector, aka the jumping reverse STO, and pins Curtis Axel for the 1, 2, 3. Truth wins here, and a shocking upset, as they said, which it really wasn't. I'm glad Truth got the win here, and I think it'll set up an Intercontinental title match, hopefully, that Truth can win and make him, give him a little push in the WWE that he deserves again. So Truth goes over here with the win, and I could see a match at Battleground, but I think it'll more likely happen at Hell in a Cell. The next thing we have is Brie Bella versus Alicia Fox. Whatever match here. Brie Bella beats Alicia Fox. Nothing special. Brie Bella versus AJ Lee at Battleground for the Divas title match. I'm pretty sure that was set up. Also, Sandow versus Ziggler was set up for the pre-show on Battleground. So Brie Bella versus Alicia Fox. Brie wins here in a short match. Kind of pointless if you ask me, but whatever. Brie wins, goes over, and gets her some momentum going into Battleground and take on AJ Lee. Nothing else. Probably the worst match of the night. The next thing we have is Heyman backstage with Axel. He talks to Ryback about to go get something to eat, and Heyman's going to make a proposal in the ring. Left wondering what the proposal going to be. Then we have Renee Young interviewing Big Show backstage. Big Show says he's going to knock out Triple H. He vows to knock him out tonight. He's tired of being ordered what to do and getting embarrassed on live television, etc., and using all his personal life, bringing everything personal into WWE, which he doesn't like, and he's had enough, and he vows to knock out Triple H tonight. Truth demands an Intercontinental title match, or he doesn't demand it. He's backstage talking to Brad Maddox, saying he thinks he deserves it. Maddox says whatever, and that's when Big Show interrupts him and says he's going to get his hands on him. Then we have Alberto Del Rio versus Zack Ryder. Del Rio versus another guy that they had to just get Del Rio over with, I guess. Whatever. Del Rio beat Zack Ryder here in a nothing match. Zack Ryder got a little offense in, broski boot, near fall, but Del Rio ends up getting the victory here, going into Battleground. Ryback comes out of the ring. Heyman comes out too. Paul Heyman beat, I don't know what I'm saying. Paul Heyman proposes to Ryback, gets on one knee, and says, "Will you be a Paul Heyman guy?" And at that point I was laughing like, are you kidding me? Is this what this has come to? It's kind of an awkward moment with Paul Heyman and Ryback now. It's like an awkward, weird thing for me to watch, but whatever. I don't know if that's just me or you guys, but whatever. Ryback's just sort of like hesitating, like thinking about it. CM Punk comes out, runs down, then he hops over the barricade and then falls on the ground like, "Oh, I'm hurt, I'm hurt." The medic checks on him. Heyman's close to the ring ropes, and you know what's going to happen. Punk gets up, whips Paul Heyman with the kendo stick, hits Ryback with it a couple times. They roll out of the ring. Curtis Axel comes in. Punk basically beats the crap out of Axel again, hits him with a kendo stick, then hits him with a GTS, while Ryback and Heyman retreat up the entrance ramp, and they're left looking on as Axel just got hit with the GTS, and Heyman's like he always does, and puts Punk over going into their match, giving him the last laugh going into Battleground. Good build there. I like this segment. So really good stuff there. I enjoyed that. So good segment there. One of the better ones of the better things of the night. Then we have the Shield versus Dolph Ziggler and the Usos. As I mentioned, Dolph Ziggler versus Sandow on the pre-show of Battleground. Thrown together match, like I said. Some of these Battleground matches are thrown together. Dolph Ziggler, this match was pretty good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was probably the best match of the night, to be honest. The matches themselves were not very good. It was more the promos and the segments that were really good that I enjoyed, that made this show a lot better than what it would have been if it was just those matches. Dolph Ziggler hits the zigzag. I think it was on Seth Rollins. I can't remember. Then Roman Reigns, or no, it was Dean Ambrose. Ziggler hits the zigzag, I'm pretty sure, on Dean Ambrose. And then Roman Reigns hits a vicious spear, like he always does, on Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler sells it really well, like he always does. And the Shield pins Ziggler in the middle of the ring. Roman Reigns pins Ziggler after he hits the spear with the 1-2-3. Shield gets the win here, goes over. We also, I forgot to mention, like one of the biggest parts of the night. How I forget this, I have no idea. But earlier on in the night, we have Triple H, Stephanie McMahon come out of the ring. Goldust, Cody Rhodes, and Dusty Rhodes are in the ring. I apologize, guys. This is the biggest part of the show, really. I apologize. I'm doing it now. Better late than never. So, Goldust is in the ring. This happened earlier after the Los Matadores 3-B match. Right after that, this segment happened. Right after the Los Matadores 3-B match. So I'm backtracking a little bit. But Goldust, Cody Rhodes, Triple H, and Stephanie McMahon and Dusty Rhodes are all in the ring. Stephanie, they offer them their jobs back. Like, Goldust will get a job and Cody Rhodes will get his job back. And they're going to be putting their jobs, it'll be a stipulation basically. So it's the Goldie Rhodes. What am I saying? Sorry. Goldust, can't speak tonight. Goldust and Cody Rhodes versus the tag champions Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. I'm pretty sure it's a non-title match. So it'll just be Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, the current tag team champions of the Shield, versus Goldust and Cody Rhodes at Battleground. If Goldust and Cody Rhodes win, they get their jobs back. If they lose, they never get to come back to WWE again, and Dusty Rhodes loses his job. So there's a lot on the stake. Makes Battleground 10 times more interesting. The match I'm most looking forward to probably right now is that match. It just makes it interesting, and it'll be a good match to see Goldust back in the ring again, even though we did just see him against Randy Orton, but, you know, whatever. But Goldust and Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, non-titled match. at Battleground, again, I'll repeat it, if Cody Rhodes and Goldust win, they get their jobs, and Dusty, if they lose the match, and the Shield and Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins win and beat Goldust and Cody Rhodes, Dusty Rhodes loses his job, and Goldust and Cody Rhodes can never return to the WWE again, and they don't get their jobs back. Hopefully I made that clear. I apologize, it's complicated, and I apologize that I missed it, but like I said, better late than never, so yeah. The final match of the night, Antonio Cesaro versus Santino. Great Khali and Hornswoggle are accompanying him now to the ring again, just like they did on SmackDown for the first time, and had the Cobra Charming flutes. Basically what happened, Cesaro's dominating most of the match, twirls Santino around the ring like he does, like 20 plus times, picks him up in the air and just spins him around like 20 plus times. But right when Cesaro's going for a move, Santino rolls Cesaro up out of nowhere, pins him for the 1-2-3. Santino pulls off the shocker again, as they say. The underdog Santino wins again. And no surprise, really. I thought Cesaro would probably, to be honest, I thought Cesaro would win, but I'm not surprised that Santino would. So Santino wins here with the roll-up. Final thing of the night, Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan confront each other in the middle of the ring for the build for Battleground. Awesome stuff here. Best part of Raw. I mean, this part was my favorite part of Raw. Made Raw for me. I mean, one of the best endings I've seen in a while. Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan in the ring. Daniel Bryan, I mean, we've seen this plenty of times, what I'm about to say, but it's been a while since we've seen it, I should say. Daniel Bryan just says that he doesn't need a push that Randy Orton does, that Triple H gave Randy Orton to get the title, because he has that motivation himself. He doesn't need someone to motivate him to get the title. Randy Orton gets offended when he says that. Then he insults Daniel Bryan. He says, "What I don't understand is how you're marrying one of the Bellas." And when she realizes that, she wakes up in the morning and looks at this barnyard explosion. I cracked up. And she should be married to somebody like me, a real WWE championship, not you barnyard explosion kind of thing. Daniel Bryan goes off, starts hitting Orton in the face, punching him, going off. Then Orton gets the upper hand, hits him off the ring apron with one of those moves where he like drops him. Then one of the Bellas, or yeah, Brie Bella, sorry, comes out. It's like, "No, don't do it, stop." Randy Orton's like, "Stop." Picks him up, puts him on the announce table. Randy Orton RKO's Daniel Bryan, and we end the show with Randy Orton just giving one of those kind of smirks like that, just kind of laughing at it. And we end the show with Brie Bella standing over Daniel Bryan, who just looks like he doesn't know what's going on, with a smash table that Randy Orton RKO'd Bryan on. So Randy Orton goes over, going into Battleground here, gives him momentum. So it should be interesting. I think it makes the Battleground match more interesting to see, and Battleground itself looks a little better than it did when we saw it. Sure, there's some thrown together matches. We're going to get it if there's 3 weeks build, regardless if we like it or not. But Battleground should be interesting with 2 or 3 matches. So overall, pretty good Raw. The overall grade I give Raw here is 6 out of 10, basically for the promos and segments alone. The matches were not very good, to be honest. The Shield, Ziggler, and the Shield versus Ziggler and Usos was good, and the segments were good. So yeah, overall grade 6 out of 10. I know I babbled on, long review, apologize, but if you watched till then, thanks, appreciate it. Overall grade for the last time, 6 out of 10. Good Raw, good build to Battleground. Check me out for my SmackDown review. Check out my other videos and subscribe. Thanks, guys.